Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1173.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about why cryptocurrencies are the best investment opportunities today. Now, this may be controversial for some people because we've been through a horrible bear market last year and just about everything was impacted. Stocks were impacted, bonds were impacted negatively, and crypto was impacted negatively. But bear markets are part of investing. They're something we have to deal with over time, and they're not something to try and trade out of or try to avoid. In my experience, holding through bear markets has paid off handsomely because what we're seeing right now is a very strong rally that I told you would happen last week and said would surprise everybody. And those things happen when everyone is so bearish. When everyone thinks the market's going to go lower, we're going to have a crash, everything's going to drop, that's when markets move higher. And we're getting a very sharp rally right now. We're seeing that rally happen in stocks, but we're seeing it even more in crypto. As you know, the S&P 500 is up 4.34% year to date. The Dow is still in the red, down 1.76% year to date. And the NASDAQ is the one leading the way, up 13.16% year to date. Which is interesting because last year, just about every talking head was saying the technology trade is over, you have to go into the value trade. And now already technology has turned on its head and has been the leader this year. So once again, the talking heads were wrong. Now, one of the reasons why technology is doing so well is because we're moving into a new era, what I call the quantum age. There are a lot of new technologies, and although I didn't name it specifically, ChatGPT would be an interesting thing to include in the quantum age as an example of a new technology that maybe wasn't on our radar before, but was invested in by venture capitalists and large technology firms years ago. They had it on their radar screen. They were investing in AI companies. And now the public is aware of a company like this and the power that AI has. The same thing is true of digital assets, where certain venture capitalists have been investing in them for years and are aware of certain technologies coming that may not be on the public radar screen. But my reason for bringing it to your attention is to point out where wealth building opportunities are. And where they are right now is in cryptocurrencies. We all know that XRP was up 46% in the last 30 days. And another one of our favorite cryptocurrencies, XDC, was up 59% in 30 days. Although I'm not a fan of Bitcoin, I have to give credit where Bitcoin deserves it. And Bitcoin is the number one leading asset year to date. Up over 70%, it's leading every asset that there is. It's leading stocks, it's leading bonds, it's leading real estate, it's leading commodities, it's leading every asset class. And in my book, 3 Steps to Quantum Wealth, I pointed out that Bitcoin had been the best performing asset of all time. Its track record is better than any other asset has ever performed. Now, I still see a lot of issues with Bitcoin, and I'm not a fan, but I have to say this is astounding, and it is the first generation of new technology that I believe is going to have similar success. Now, while Bitcoin was up over 70%, XRP was up 56%, Ethereum was up 49%, XDC was up 66%, XLM up 41%, Litecoin up 35%, Algorand up 38%. These are incredible returns. And with the crypto bull market back on track and getting stronger through this time where we're having bank runs And I think cryptocurrency will get stronger as those bank runs continue to happen because people are looking for an alternative and a way to get out of the banking system. I believe it's important to have cash at home because the ATMs may not work for a period of time, and we do have a liquidity crisis. You do want to have your precious metals, and you also want to have cryptocurrencies. What's interesting today is veteran trader and chartist Peter Brandt came out with a chart and some comments about XRP. Now, he's been not a big fan of XRP, mainly because he invests based on price movements and what charts are telling him. And XRP has trended sideways for a period of time during the lawsuit, which the Ripple attorneys and others believe is coming to an end soon, which could potentially be the reason for this big move up in XRP. But let's listen to what Peter Brandt said. XRP has reappeared on my watch list. Up 20% in the last 7 days, XRP fits the criteria for an asymmetrical trade. If the fulcrum bottom is legitimate, then maybe the massive consolidation below the 2018 high resolves to the upside, and maybe the minimum price target is above $3, making this a 10-to-1 minimum trade setup. So today, XRP is at 54 cents. Is Peter right? Could it go above its old high of $3? If it hits 10-to-1, that would be about $5.40 on a 54-cent investment today. Now, those aren't my words. Those are a veteran trader's words who follows charts, who looks for opportunities, and has a good track record doing so. And here's the main thing I want to say today. You might have a brokerage account and work with a stockbroker successfully, and that's awesome. But your broker's not able to get you access to cryptocurrencies. Oh yes, they have some access to limited Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they don't have access to cryptocurrencies like XRP. They just can't do it yet. Someday, maybe the SEC will give clarity to cryptocurrency and they will be able to do it. And I believe in the future, Wall Street brokers will be able to offer every altcoin and every cryptocurrency that we're able to buy right now. But by the time that happens, it's going to be very, very late in the cycle. How do I know that? Because we've been through this once before. When technology was booming in the 90s, it was very late in the cycle when Wall Street finally offered technology mutual funds, which were popular pre-ETFs, and those mutual funds came out late in the cycle. So people just got the very last tail of that trend. They missed out on 90% of the gains, and they got the final 10% of the gains. And I wrote about that in my book, 3 Steps to Quantum Wealth, which I'd like to share with you now. This is from page 33, and it's called Wall Street Favors Institutional Investors. In the 1990s, the media did not explain that the internet would be used by all of us to be more efficient and connect us to people near to us and around the world. We weren't given advance notice by our brokerage firms that the internet was something you could invest in that could create millions of dollars for you. Maybe your advisor did recommend a technology mutual fund, but it was after the big gains that had already been made and they could show you the incredible past performance numbers. That is what happened while I worked at a large Wall Street stock brokerage firm. The firm offered technology funds to institutional investors first. They reaped all the rewards of consistent high returns. Years later, after a 5-year track record was established, a cloned retail fund was sold to the public. By then, unfortunately for everyday investors, the big gains had already been made and the top of the market was near. Regular people did not benefit like the institutions did. I see the same thing happening today, and I don't want the everyday investor to get into this investment opportunity late in the game or miss it altogether. Fortunately, we are still early because institutions are just barely beginning to invest in cryptocurrencies. I want you to understand the potential of cryptocurrencies and be invested early when a modest investment can grow substantially, and you can benefit when the huge wave of money from large institutions comes into cryptocurrencies after you already own them. Yeah, that is history, and that is what really happened. I was there, and I was very close to that whole scenario playing out. This, in many ways, is very similar in that we're going through another technological wave. It's the next technological wave after computers and software and the internet, and now we're going into digital assets. And the crazy thing to me is to hear people even talk about selling their XRP at something under $1 because they're so fearful that we might have volatility. Well, volatility is the most difficult thing about investing in cryptocurrencies. There is high volatility. The swings are crazy, both on the upside and on the downside. But you have to have a long-term view. We are so early in this process. We don't have adoption yet. You have to realize that where we're going is where everybody's going to be able to use cryptocurrencies, where everybody can have them on their phone and can transfer funds. And Congress is giving us legislation that is going to give clarity to cryptocurrencies. They are here to stay. And when people talk about trading their crypto and selling it below $1, to me, what I'm hearing is people talking about Amazon and selling Amazon stock before people even were comfortable shopping online. Back when Amazon was first introduced, people felt very uncomfortable about the internet. They didn't trust it. They thought it was for fraud. They thought it was for bad operators and their money would get stolen. And in some cases, they were right. But eventually, we got the proper security for the internet. But those people who were able to invest in Amazon before that were able to get in at a much lower price. If you waited until it was obvious that everyone was going to shop on the internet and then you bought Amazon stock, most of the gains were probably behind you by that point. It's the same thing I'm seeing right now with cryptocurrencies. You want to buy it before adoption, before everyone's using it, before the institutions come in and can invest in it, and while it's still under $1. So is Peter Brandt right? Is XRP going to be a 10x trade? I believe that and then some. But it's all about your time frame. And I don't want people to get in thinking this is something that's going to happen overnight. The adoption of this kind of technology is going to reveal itself over this decade. So between now and next year, we have the banking system coming online and the ISO 20002 messaging system all getting standardized, all communicating with each other, all doing their go-lives. Once the infrastructure is all set, then we can come to retail and have retail people start using it more. So in my opinion, this is the opportune time to get in for a possible 10x or more over a period of time. Again, not get rich quick, but as an investment. And as we see more adoption in 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, I believe this is the best investment opportunity today. But I encourage you to do your own research. I'm just pointing out where opportunities are as your wealth mentor. Because as I said, I don't want the everyday investor to get into this opportunity late in the game or miss it altogether. And if it's something you want to learn more about, I encourage you to come into the Be Wealthy and Smart VIP experience, where you have all the information and support and a tech team behind you. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.